Okay, pero meron akong isang gustong banggitin dito, hindi doon sa main decision, pero may kinalaman kasi doon sa usapan natin sa LEDA. Isa sa mga ni-raise nung mga petitioners, hindi kami ibang grupo to. Ito yata yung grupo nila ni Eric Colmenares. Kinwestiyon nila yung, sa kaso kasi na ito, yung 2024 GAA, nung bill pa lang siya, sinertify as urgent ni BBM.
Okay.
Okay. So, on that basis, nag-apply yung hindi kailangan ng 3 separate readings on 3 separate days.
Right.
Okay. So, sabi ng main opinion, yung majority opinion, hindi unconstitutional yung ginawa ni BBM na yon. Pwede niyang i-certify yung budget as yung budget bill as urgent, di ba? And discretion niya yon. Whether
What is the position again of Sinaneri?
hindi daw kasi daw
You cannot
wala
do it,
naman
sir.
daw emergency. Kasi naman daw yung budget naman pinapasa naman daw every year yan. So hindi kumbaga wala daw kapangyarihan ng presidente na i-certify as urgent yung budget
But
bill.
the constitutional provision doesn't qualify. Di ba?
Well, the constitutional provision says it has to be based on a public emergency or a calamity. Pero dito kasi sinabi ng president, meron siyang sinight when issuing the certification. 'Di ba na hindi may possibility na hindi matuloy ma-implement yung mga government projects, mga ganun. Yun yung kanyang emergency. Ngayon, while the majority opinion upheld yung constitutionality noon, si Justice Lonen, Senior Associate Justice Lonen, naglabas ng
My good friend.
concurring opinion na sinasabi niya at sa tingin niya mali daw yun. Mali daw yung
Ginawa
certification as urgent. Okay.
Okay.
At ang sinasabi niya na hindi wala naman kasing emergency. So hindi pwede. Ang concern ko dito ay
Wait. Do you agree with Marvick?
ito yung concern ko dito. At itatali ko dito dun sa next topic natin, which is yung impeachment. Hindi ba parang umaabot na tayo sa punto na parang lahat na lang pinapasok ng Supreme Court?
Oh.
Kasi,
Are you suggesting judicial legislation?
madami naman nag-suggest na yan in the context of yung impeachment decision. Diba?
Okay.
And mamaya, we can go into yung details when we get to that next topic. Pero ang point ko lang dito, hindi ba klaro sa konstitusyon na pag-usapin ng budget,
Right.
principally Congress yan. Kaya nga power of the purse.
Right.
Di ba? Power of the purse, Congress. Power of the sword, presidente. Di ba? Yun yung point. Pero ito, parang sine-check pa niya yun eh. Kino-question niya on how Congress exercise its constitutionally granted authority. And he's even questioning yung isang power given to the president to urge Congress to act quicker on a particular piece of
Is he
legislation.
going to the minutia of all this?
Yun lang yung question ko, na parang where do you draw the line naman? Di ba kasi, di ba, parang dati meron tayong political question doctrine
Right.
Diba? Na yung mga binigay sa mga ibang branches of government, hindi nagagalawin ng Supreme Court yan. Di ba? Sa political branches na ng pamahalaan yan Pero sa 1987 Constitution, dahil sa naging karanasan natin sa martial law, nagpasok ng expanded judicial authority. Di ba? Natututunan ng lahat ng mga bagong abogado yan di ba? Na kapag merong grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction, pwedeng pumasok ang Supreme Court at i-correct. Pero ang point, hindi ba dapat grave abuse of discretion? Hindi ba dapat yun ang exception to the rule?
Correct.
Bakit parang lahat na lang yata
Naging general rule na siya.
naging general rule at naman nakikialam pa sa impeachment? Diba? Yun yung ako, may mga nakakausap ako na mga constitutional scholar sa US nung napag-usapan namin yung
Supreme Court case.
yung impeachment case, parang gulat na gulat sila. Kasi sa kanila, the US Supreme
Simple
Court
lang.
will never interfere in an impeachment. Yan ang sinasabi nila. Kasi binigay yan sa binigay yan
Sa House.
sa
Congress.
sa House at sa Senate Wala kaming pakialam dyan. Pero ito,
I've never, since I left government, I've never read the decisions of Marvick. Seems like he's turning medyo nag-iiba, I can say.
ako, yung question yung motives niya. 'Di ba? Kasi tingin ko naman when you read itong kanyang concurring opinion dito, parang sila ang pinagbabatayan naman niya obviously some notion of good governance Pero ang question ko kasi, is it the role ng Supreme Court to actually insert itself in every conversation even when yung power na yan ay binigay na sa Kasi parang nangyayari dito, parang ang feeling ko lang bakit may assumption lagi na hindi natin pwede mapagkatiwalaan yung mga elected officials natin. And therefore, kailangan nating magtiwala.
Well, maybe
sa isang-
factually ganun, pero there's a general rule of presumption of regularity. Kasi,
Hindi, tsaka ito yung worry ko eh. Ang elected official, pag nagkamali yan, ang remedyo natin, huwag natin boto sa susunod na eleksyon. Pag meron tayong hindi gustong ginawa ng isang unelected member ng Supreme Court, anong solusyon natin? Magpapile tayo ng impeachment na ngayon, mas mahirap nang gawin. Kasi hindi naman sila up for election every few years eh. Di ba? Permanent na yan until mag-retire sila by 70 eh. Unless tanggalin mo sila by impeachment.
Medyo you're going into the minutia of a case, minutia of an act. Parang, you as a Supreme Court, you draw by the general principles eh. Because otherwise, if you go down to the very minutia, medyo you don't set a guideline.
Tsaka constitutionally, 'di ba, some things have been entrusted to elected representatives like the president, like Congress. Totoo, ngayon, hindi tayo nagtitiwala sa mga, 'di ba, hindi natin gusto yung mga ibang taong nakaupo diyan, 'di ba? I can't blame you. Pero institutionally, hindi ba mas gusto naman natin na certain things talagang sila ang gagawa? Hindi trabaho nila yan. Hindi trabaho ng
What
judge
is
yan.
the evil that is sought to be prevented if you declare the action of the president as unconstitutional in certifying the bill?
Yun nga yung hindi ko maintindihan. Di ba? Hindi ba dapat galangin na lang yun? Di ba? In this case. Yun nga. So, yung presidente ngayon always has to be worry na baka hindi ko kailangan, baka pag sinertify ko to, i-declare ng Supreme Court na this is the first time, kaya ako lang pinoint out kasi this is the first time that I've actually encountered somebody questioning something like a certification as urgent. Na parang feeling ko relatively harmless provision naman, di ba?
Right. It's what is the evil sought to be prevented? Parang hindi ko maintindihan yung sasabihin mo unconstitutional. Ay, naintindihan ko si Neri. Yan naman talaga yung trabaho nila eh, di ba? Parang, but really, it's masyadong encroaching on the
Tapos,
powers.
one of the things na sinabi pa ni Justice Leonen doon sa kanyang pa-follow up ay, kasi naman daw, wala naman daw need to certify as urgent. Kasi kung hindi naman maipasa, kaya may pinag-uusapan natin kanina, may re-enact yung budget. Pero ito nga eh, sa conversation natin kay Sec Butch a few weeks ago, di ba? Hindi maganda yung re-enacted budget, ha?
The evil is, if you don't sign it, if it's not done, the reenacted budget is much, much worse than the
Yes.
proposed budget.
Yes.
That should have been, alam mo, yan na naman, medyo may pagka short-sighted eh. Kasi, what's the opposite of an approved budget reenacted, which is not your development program for the coming year?
Yes. And ang daming services dyan, madidelay.
Right.
Mga new projects cannot be implemented.
Right.
Di ba? Basically, it's a holdover budget, di ba? Just to tide you over para wag magsara gobyerno.
Right.
Pero it's not a budget na forward-looking and actually responsive doon sa pangangailangan ng padating na taon.
Imagine mo, if the president who asked for that is an honest president, like Pinoy. So you will say that's unconstitutional. And what happens is, alam natin yung budget ni Pangulong Aquino, talagang lays down all the development principles. And then kung i-declare mo unconstitutional at lumipas na, reenacted ang mangyayari, parang you've created a much worse situation than the principles of pushing your new budget. No? Parang,
Yeah, exactly. Tsaka, pinag-usapan nga din sa kay Sec Butch, di ba, a few weeks ago. Nung panahon ni dating Pangulong Arroyo, madaming mga anomalous na mga scandalous na mga projects nangyari under enacted budgets. Fertilizer fund scam, for example.
correct. Oo nga.
Yan. Isa
Kaya
pa example.
It's really, I hope, it's good for us to review all these decisions. Eh. The problem lang with, ang tawag na the gods of Aura, pag nagsalita sila, akala mo talagang, no? So, but, kasi the whole idea of the Supreme Court is, di ba sinabi mo, the legislature has the power of the purse. Ang Supreme Court kasi says,
What the Constitution is.
what the law Constitution is.
Ah.
Di ba? So, medyo nakakadelikado rin kung you have the power to interpret it as you see fit, forgetting the basic principles of the constitutional framework and structures.
And forgetting the basic idea ng separation of powers. 'Di ba? Na may kanya-kanya kayong
Poder.
Poder eh. May kanya-kanya kayong lane eh.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Na
Stay on your lane.
at saka ang ano ko doon, totoo, pag lumihis na naman sobra dun sa lane, tama naman, dapat
Oo.
makialam kayo.
Pero, isa-certify mo as urgent, is that so much an excess of your exercise of
Actually.
your executive power?
Yeah. So, yun. Pero ito, pasalamat ako dito. At least, in this particular case, na tingin ko, meron naman talagang malinaw na paglabag doon sa ating konstitusyon, yung prohibition on riders in particular.